Hello to all my friends and family, and welcome to Jim's 5am Club. It's morning tea time. The sun's come out to play. The tiger's just down here basking in the morning sun, and you can see he's on guard there looking towards the Opera House, and it's turning out to be an awesome day. A brilliant Sydney summer's day. Anyway, what I'll do is I'll just head down to the water there. Or actually I might stay up here for the time being. Let me stay up here. So it looks like there's a bit of breeze down there, so I don't want to have the buffeting on the mic to interfere with the book summary. Anyway, today's book summary is a real interesting one, and from the outset I'm not going to give you the illusion that I understand this book all that well, because it is quite complex and quite detailed. But the book is entitled The Interpretation of Dreams, and it's a book that was written years ago by Sigmund Freud. And I guess all of us have been intrigued by the whole concept of dreams and trying to figure out and understand the meaning behind a lot of the dreams that we have. Some of us have vivid, very, very powerful dreams, and many of us can't remember any dreams that we've ever had. But I remember my mother, my aunties, a lot of my friends and family within the Greek culture are very much into their dreams and trying to interpret what a dream means. So it comes of great interest to see that Freud actually wrote a book, and it was one of the topics that he was very much interested in as well. So let's just go through it step by step and see where it leads us, see what we can learn from it. But from what I can understand is that the dreaming aspect, or the dreaming part of our lives, comes from a very deep, isolated place in our subconscious, and to try and rationalise and trying to figure out what it all means is in itself a major undertaking, and but quite interesting to say the least. So what the author here talks about in his first point is that dreams always aim to fulfill our deepest desires, but they always hide which desire it is. So I guess the first lesson from Freud is that yes, we have dreams, and dreams are very important, and they have a great message, and they are worthy of interpreting, but the interpretation and the message is quite deep and very obscure, and not all that easy to understand. In many ways it's counterintuitive to what we understand and what we see, but there's a lot of allegory used within our dreams to help describe our realities, our desires, and hence it also makes sense that a lot of spiritual writings like the Bible, the scriptures within the Bible, have a lot of allegorical meanings, which means that there are layers and layers of meanings, and the more you dig, the more you understand. But 1 + 1 doesn't always equal 3, I guess, is the basic point that we're learning here from Sigmund Freud. So he goes on to say that quite often our dreams mask the deep and sometimes obscure desires in our heart. So dreams are important to understand and to contemplate and to think about, but they mask a lot of things, and they're not all that straightforward in terms of understanding what that dream is all about. So much so that Freud says that you need to try and learn how to read between the lines. It's a bit like reading a newspaper where the journalist is censored. So by all means try and interpret your dreams, but what you need to do is read between the lines and try and ascertain what it may be all about and what it may be telling you about yourself. But a lot of the things in our dreams are not obvious. But yeah, we'll just continue here to see what else it can tell us. So the author then goes on to talk about the fact that the content of our dreams tend to originate from 3 different sources. And those sources are recent life experiences and events. So sometimes after you go on a picnic, or you go to a wedding, or you go to a dance, you'll have a particular dream, and that dream has been triggered by a real life event that has happened now or just recently. The other thing that originates dreams are childhood memories. And I think Freud is very, very big on childhood experiences. And he says that distant memories that help define who we are, defining moments in our childhood, defining moments in our growth and development as we're growing up at different stages of our lives. A lot of these things have a massive, massive impact on who we are and how we see the world. And they tend to appear and reappear over and over again in the dreams that we have. And the third thing that stimulates or impacts dreams are bodily stimuli. For example, if you're snoring, that snoring may trigger a particular dream. Or if you've got saliva running down your mouth or around your cheek, that may trigger a particular dream. Or if you've got if you're a male and you've got an erection, or if you're a female and you're aroused, then that arousal may stimulate a particular type of dream. And we've all been there, and we know that those dreams sometimes you just wish will never end. How many times I've gotten up in the morning and just felt tired from having an erotic style of dream. But anyway, let's not stay there and stick to it, but it's worthy of having a bit of a laugh with a bit of a Trello over there, just doing his circle. But yeah, so there are 3 things that can stimulate and trigger your dreams. And the last thing that the author talks about here is that your mind structures your dreams by condensing, displacing, and coherently arranging their contents. So dreams, to a certain extent, are a weaved experience. So one thing blends into another, which blends into another, and that's why they're sometimes so complicated and so difficult to interpret and understand, because there is just layer upon layer of things which are unrelated but are related in an important way, which your subconscious understands, but your conscious may not be able to unravel. So once again, we've got condensing, so things get condensed. So things which may happen over years and years and years get condensed into 2 or 3 seconds of a powerful dream, for example. Or things get displaced. One thing replaces another thing, and hence you may have a dream which doesn't make sense, because logically these things don't fit together, but they fit together in a dream because it makes sense from a displacement perspective. And the third thing is coherence, is just trying to make sense of the things that are happening in our lives. And once again, it's an art form. There's a science, there's an art form, and there are people who are well versed at understanding dreams and being able to interpret dreams, because at the end of the day, we're all habitual in nature. You know, the things that worry you, the things that worry me, the things that trouble us, the things that make us happy, the things that stimulate us, the things that depress us, all of these things, all of these life experiences happen to each and every one of us at different times of our lives, but each one of these things are part of the dance that we go through, the steps that we go through in order to live our lives and also to try and generate our futures. So, and hence why there are people out there who may be quite good at interpreting dreams, psychologists or people who have specialised in this particular field. So there you go, let's finish up. I can see that the flags on the harbour bridge are half-mast today, and I don't really know why. Last time I saw them at half-mast a couple of weeks ago, Doug Anthony, one of the politicians, was being buried, or it was their day of their funeral. So I'll try and find out why the masts, or why the flags are at half-mast today. Anyway, let's finish up with a positive affirmation. I'm alive, I'm well, and I feel absolutely great. To my friends and family, stay connected, stay relevant, stay reasonable, and most importantly, let's learn from this book here. Let's learn from Sigmund Freud, who talks about the power of dreams, the importance of dreams, and the fact that all of these things are happening at our subconscious level and sometimes pop up to our conscious level. So we're quite lucky and quite fortunate to be able to tap into them from time to time. Other people more so than others. But that's about it for today. So thank you very much for joining me on this episode of Jim's 5am Club on Friday, a blue-skied Friday where the sun is coming through, the tiger is standing guard, and we'll come again to you in maybe another hour on my lunch break, where we go through and do another 5am Club. So thank you very much. Daleme, Vilakya from Jim's 5am Club. Bye for now.